Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. A 75-year-old church goes up in flames. Shots fired along Chilliwack Lake Road. There has been an arrest. The victim is in hospital. Rosedale is going to get a new elementary school. And the Huskers, well, they continue their role. Peter Lang will have more in sports. Our guests this week include Realtor Jill Hall. We're going to be talking more on radon gas, as well. Make a night of it, our entertainment segment with Jean-Louis Bleau of the Chilliwack Cultural Center. Okay, Chilliwack, let's get started. Social media lit up last Sunday evening with posts and reports on what some locals were being told of as a dangerous situation. This from police. Well, it appeared to be a possible shots fired call. Chilliwack Lake Road was closed between the On the Way store and the Wood Guy. Traffic was turned back in both directions. Fast forward to Tuesday, and 48-year-old Eric Mirren now facing charges of aggravated assault and discharging a firearm with intent. After the Sunday shooting, the suspect fled into a nearby forested area. The victim transported to hospital with life-threatening injuries. He remains hospital in critical but stable condition. He will pull through. The Mounties pointing out that this had nothing to do with any gang conflict, and if you do have additional information in this case, you are asked to contact RCMP. In the fall of 2026, the Eastside Elementary School, where Rosedale Elementary used to be, will welcome 500 new students to a brand new modern facility. Now, to support growth in Chilliwack, the province is shelling out about $58 million to build this school on the east side. The school will include a neighborhood learning center for the community as well as other childcare programming. Last Friday, Squaw First Nations Chief and Council, as well as the Chilliwack School Board, met to officially celebrate a groundbreaking partnership by signing a memorandum of understanding related to the establishment of an adult education center. This will be located at Squaw First Nation, designed to meet the needs of the broader community. It will be free to students who graduate in June of 2023, and this past June, of course, and who were under 19 by July the 1st. Now, by the numbers, if you obey the traffic signs and the speed limits in school zones, you're going to be fine. But if not, in Chilliwack, the speed limit in school zones is 30 clicks on school days. A little bit different from the rest of the province. It's 7:30 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon, Monday to Friday. In a school or playground zone, speeding tickets start at $196, up to $253 or more. ICBC says that every year, on average, 370 kids are injured in crashes while walking or cycling in British Columbia, and of those, 66 happen in school or playground zones.
You should be dancing. Chilliwack Hospice Society is hosting our 18th annual Disco Gala presented by Silver Creek Travel on Saturday, September 23rd at the Say Community Center on Chilliwack River Road. Restaurant 62 will be catering a gourmet plated meal, and DJ Adam Kruger will be spinning all the disco hits you know and love for a disco dance after the live auction. Tickets are on sale now for $175, available online at Chilliwack Hospice Society. So get ready to boogie. We'll see you at the 18th annual Chilliwack Hospice Society Gala, September 23rd.
On Labor Day, sirens were racing towards Williams and Princess for reports of a fire at the Cross Connection Church, a 75-year-old church. A couple of firefighters were hurt in that blaze. Ironically, the church just went through renovations, including the roof, the library, and the basement. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but there is one irony. The church cross wasn't touched. Former Chilliwack School trustee Barry Neufeld has taken yet again another legal hit, this time in BC Supreme Court. In a decision handed down in August the 22nd in Vancouver, the justice ruled that he would not hear Neufeld's petition for a judicial review of the previous decision handed down by the Human Rights Tribunal. A bit of a background here, and it gets a little wordy. In January of 2021, the tribunal chose not to dismiss a complaint that was brought forward in 2018 and then amended in 2019 by members of the British Columbia Teachers Federation and the Chilliwack Teachers Association. The organizations did so on behalf of LGBTQ and non-LGBTQ teachers employed in the Chilliwack School District. They alleged that Neufeld created and published homophobic and transphobic statements. Now, in May, the Supreme Court of Canada had stopped a defamation suit involving Neufeld and then the former BCTF president, Glenn Hansman. That was with the anti-SLAPP rules, basically freedom to criticize a public officer, or official rather. Now, another defamation suit, this one brought forth by current Chilliwack School trustee Dr. Karen Bondar, that is expected to be ruled on before the end of the year. And in a video earlier this year, Barry Neufeld described Karen Bondar as, and I'm quoting, a strip-tease artist. This referring to a humorous UFE education video. Department of Fisheries allowing pink salmon openings running through until the 21st. The area around the Vetter Bridge remains closed, though. That's 300 meters on either side because of construction. So, bottom line is you cannot fish for Chinook, coho, or chum, just the pinks. And until the 21st, where you can fish, the tidal Fraser River, the non-tidal Fraser River, the Chilliwack, Vetter, and Harrison Rivers, and Stave River. That's all open to pink salmon fishing. Jill Hall is a Valley Realtor who also is an advocate for owners and renters to be aware of radon gas. It naturally occurs and can cause lung cancer and other ailments. Most radon exposure happens inside schools, homes, and workplaces. Radon gas becomes trapped indoors after it enters buildings through cracks and other holes in the foundation. Ms. Hall will be joining us in a moment for an update on her efforts to have public health authorities take further action on what is happening or not happening with radon gas rules. But first off, we're going to start off with Make a Night of It with Jean-Louis Bleau. I hear Bria Skonberg is in town. And then a little bit later, a ton of football, lots of Huskers, and Peter Lang.
You should be dancing. Chilliwack Hospice Society is hosting our 18th annual Disco Gala presented by Silver Creek Travel on Saturday, September 23rd at the Say Community Center on Chilliwack River Road. Restaurant 62 will be catering a gourmet plated meal, and DJ Adam Kruger will be spinning all the disco hits you know and love for a disco dance after the live auction. Tickets are on sale now for $175, available online at Chilliwack Hospice Society. So get ready to boogie. We'll see you at the 18th annual Chilliwack Hospice Society Gala, September 23rd.
This week continues with an old friend, and that's Steve Roukema, the executive director of the Chilliwack Restorative Justice Organization. In the past, we've had the bike sales, we've had everything online. This is literally, I guess the best way of describing it, this is your Christmas in September. You finally have a brick and mortar area for the bike sales, plural. So how's this? How did it come about, and what's going to happen now?
Yeah, so thanks, Don, for having me here. So yeah, we had the grand opening for our bike store, Restorative Cycle, this Saturday from 10 to 2. And yeah, it's still under the umbrella of Chilliwack Restorative Justice, but it's Restorative Cycle as its own separate little business there. The Intel retail store. I can talk, right? Yeah. So a retail store, and then we also have a mechanic shop as well. So it came about, many years ago. They've been doing auctions, online auctions, and now the dream for me has always been to have an in-person store because people want to see what they buy before they buy it, right? So it's going to be affordable bikes for low-income families. It's going to be so in the store is under $100. All the bikes will be ready to ride, and we're still going to have online sales as well. There won't be auction anymore.
That component's still there.
That component's still there because the higher priced bikes will be online. But yeah, we're up and ready to go.
You were mentioning about a mechanic on site. Are we? If I go in and say I like that one, can I go to? Hey, can I talk to you about this? Are we able to do that, or is he or she just going to be too busy?
Yeah, so we have three key people really work on staff for this. So we have a part-time bike mechanic that's working about 10 to 15 hours a week, fixing bikes, making sure they're ready to go. He's there, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then we just hired a bike salesperson as well that's on like 10 to 15 hours a week. So he's going to be there during store hours, be able to answer your questions about bikes. He knows enough about bikes to answer the questions. And then we also have a community coordinator who was also on staff before this happened, but she's going to make sure the community knows about not only what we're doing at the bike store, but what we're doing with the Restorative Justice. So the whole bike shop is to connect people to what we're doing with the Restorative Justice. So Mark is the bike mechanic, Dale is the sales guy, and Kate is the community coordinator.
We'll get to the hows and whys of Restorative Justice in a second, but we'll be able to get to buy accessories. I'm thinking locks or another tire or something like that. Can you get that, or is it just going to be the bike?
We're not there yet. Yeah, it's at this point it's just the bike because it's used. It's a used bike sales place, so we're sticking with the used place. There's obviously other bike stores where you can buy new stuff, but right now we're selling the used bikes.
So getting back to what restorative justice is all about, for those that don't know, what is it?
Yeah, restorative justice is really we engage with the community to repair and prevent crime and conflict in the community. With restorative circles and interactive teaching. So we're really an alternative to the court system. So we're keeping people out of jail, keeping people away from crime. We're preventing it in the schools, talking to the students in the schools about conflict and how to handle conflict. So we're really all about building a safer city with the community.
Is restorative justice and then the bike shop going to be two separate social medias, or have you kind of integrated the two?
Right now, it's all integrated into one. Yeah.
Okay, so just one-stop shopping, literally.
Exactly.
Great stuff. Yeah. As always, Steve, and you're going to be busy.
And I want to make sure we know that the bike shop is not just about us pulling in revenue. We're calling it a community bike shop as well, because we're all about impacting the community. We're going to be donating bikes to low-income families. We have a application for if someone needs a bike. We have the school involved. We're going to have classes in there, students learning how to fix a bike with their mechanics. So it's a big time community piece where we're going to have workshops as well where people can learn how to fix their bike, because with the price of gas these days, people are going to be riding their bike more, right? So why not learn how to fix your bike?
Steve, as always, thanks for coming in on short notice, and you're going to be busy on Saturday, but this is going to be a blast.
So. Yeah, great. Thanks, Don.
And you're watching This Week.
The silent auction for the 18th annual Chilliwack Hospice Society Gala Disco opens Sunday, September 17th. Valued at over $15,000, this year's auction features some fabulous items including travel and accommodations, event tickets, family-friendly adventures, shopping parties, and many generous professional service packages. Create an account today. To start bidding, simply go to chilliwackhospice.org and follow the links to the silent auction. The auction will close the night of the Disco Gala on Saturday, September 23rd at 10:30. Thank you for your generous support and good luck.
On September 9th, the Chilliwack Cultural Center kicks off their 2023-2024 season with a performance featuring Chilliwack's very own Bria Skonberg. This performance, part of the Myriad Technologies Amplified series, is almost sold out. Get your tickets today. This year, the center has 6 exciting new series for people to explore. The Emil Anderson Spark series showcases performances that push the boundaries of performance and storytelling. Myriad Technologies Amplified series presents a variety of music-based performances. The Molson Coors Passport series explores and showcases music and performance from cultures around the world. The Young at Heart series features performances that capture the imagination of children while delighting adults as well. The Odlum Brown Center Stage series presents a mix of musical and theater performances, some familiar and some new. And finally, the Envision Financial Visions series is a curated series celebrating the amazing talent of our resident companies, the Chilliwack Players Guild, the Chilliwack Symphony Orchestra, the Chilliwack Metropolitan Orchestra, the Chilliwack School of Performing Arts, and secondary characters. There is so much to see and do, and we invite you to visit in person or on the Chilliwack Cultural Center's website to see the lineup of performances this season. In addition, take time to sign up for the Explore the Arts patron programs. These programs give you advance notice about performances, discounts on tickets for select shows, and special deals on art classes at the center. Of note, with it being back to school time, students can get access to a variety of shows for only $15 by joining the center's U28 Club. The Chilliwack Cultural Center is your place to connect, share, imagine, laugh, cry, experience, learn, grow, wonder, create, feel alive, love, endure, date, network, support, share time with friends, chat, enjoy, create, rally, appreciate, be impacted, listen, get out, be seen, talk, influence, understand, debate, unite, watch, admire, find courage, smile, build community, journey, reflect, Have fun, dance, gaze, marvel, reminisce, dream, inspire, discover, and explore.
This week continues with Jill Hall, a realtor, but we have talked about radon gas a number of times over the past couple of months. We're going to talk about this again because there's been some numbers that have come out that have concerned you. And first off, what is radon gas in the house? If you do a quick Google, it's the word radioactive comes up. So what exactly is this, and how should we worry about it in our homes?
Okay, so radon is a breakdown of uranium, which is a worldwide issue. It's under the it's in the soil and the rocks, and it breaks down and comes up. It's a radioactive gas, and it turns into radon. And so any building, any structure that has 4 walls and a roof has radon in it. Is it high? We don't know unless we test it.
Is there a benchmark number of what's good radon, bad radon?
Yeah, so Canada says 200 becquerels is the acceptable level. I mean, truly no radioactive gas, I would say, is good to breathe.
Yeah.
World Health Organization has set it at 100. So personally, my thing is 100 becquerels.
Now, when it comes to radon testing, we were talking about this off air. Correct me on this. So Abbotsford and Hope actually have standards in their building codes?
Abbotsford and Hope has had the full stack radon mitigation systems, or a sort of rough-in mitigation system. I'm not sure if it's full stack, for years in their building code, but Chilliwack has not, and the interior does, but most of the places in Lower Mainland don't have it.
Yeah. And one of the things that we also talked about was it can cause cancer, and not just humans, but there was a line or a story about a dog.
Yes.
Somebody's dog got cancer from this.
There's a family here in Chilliwack that have 2 dogs. Both dogs got lung cancer.
Yeah. What has been, first off, from Fraser Health, their opinion on what's going on, especially because of the rules in Chilliwack, and then there's the Ministry of Health. What has been your dialogue with those two?
Well, I've had huge support from the community, City of Chilliwack, very support, BCRA, BCFSA.
The BCRA is?
BCRA is BC Realtor Association.
Okay.
BCFA is the BC Financial Service Authority. So with them, I'm trying to get them to mandate a radon course provincially for all realtors so that we can educate the public. So I've had huge support, but the fall down is public health. So I've been trying to contact them for 2.5 years to raise the alarm, because their mandate is to protect the public, but they have not responded to me to date.
Did Fraser Health, did they actually put any pressure on Abbotsford and Hope to change their buildings codes, or is that just the City of Abbotsford's here, the City of Chilliwack's here, they got to do it separately? Is that the deal, or?
Well, I don't know if there was radon testing done in those areas, because there's a volunteer group that does it, third party, and I think that might have driven it. I'm not 100% sure, but public health is not on, they are not clued into radon.
Yeah, and we have, is this a basic testing unit for?
Yeah, so this is one of the newer products that's available now, and it's an indoor air quality testing. So it'll test radon, CO2, VOCs, and it has a little light at the front, and it turns green, red, or yellow. So it's a very visual thing that you can see if your air quality is good, which...
So this would cost the average consumer how much?
About $345. Yeah, you can order it online.
Okay. Yeah. When it comes to, I am a fan of those do-it-yourself shows and that. I don't really hear too many people talking about radon, and you were correct telling me off air, though, guys like Mike Holmes have got it, they're talking about it, but then some of the others, it's, well, let's just talk about the foundation, let's just talk about this.
Yeah.
Is this, for lack of a better term, the silent killer, or is it simply, let's just put a bigger spotlight on it? Radon
is a silent killer.
Okay.
You nailed it. Because you can't see it, you can't smell it, it is the silent killer. And people, the radon experts have been trying to inform the government, but for some reason they're just not stepping up. They're causing more, like the BC Energy Step Code, where at Step 3, that's 1 air exchange per hour in our homes. So our homes are just getting buttoned right up,
Yeah.
and they're not addressing radon, and it's on the rise.
Yeah, because homes nowadays are so well sealed as opposed to the older homes. This is a conversation where we will pick up again very, very soon. As always, Jill, a big thank you for coming along.
Thank you for having me.
And you're watching This Week.
Support Chilliwack Hospice Society and win. Buy your 50/50 tickets now for the 18th annual Chilliwack Hospice Society Gala Disco, September 23rd. Chances of winning are 1 in 17,000 if all tickets are sold. A single ticket is just $10 with 5 ticket packs for $30 and a 10 ticket pack for $50. Go to chilliwackhospice.rafflenexus.com to purchase your 50/50 tickets today, and we hope to see you at our Disco Gala, September 23rd. Let's have some fun.
This week in Chilliwack sports, the Valley Huskers continue to impress. The Huskers shut out the Kamloops Broncos 29-0 at Exhibition Stadium. This Saturday, the Huskers travel to Langford to play the West Shore Rebels. All games are on bcfctv.com. Congrats to the members of the Chilliwack Giants who won their spots in punt, pass, and kick, which is a BC Lions program designed to provide an opportunity for amateur football players to test their skills while reinforcing their love of football. They are, in the junior bantam division, Dawson Holdridge, Pee Wee, Thomas Harvey, in Atom, Holden Clute, and in flag, Landon Clark. Congratulations and good luck at BC Place on September 16th when the BC Lions host the Ottawa Redblacks. It's a 4 p.m. Saturday start with national TV coverage on TSN. First, the BCHL went to the Flow. Now it's the Pacific League. Flow Hockey, which was known as Hockey TV, is the broadcaster for the PJHL, and that includes the Chilliwack Jets. Flow Hockey is available as an app on your phone, your tablet, smart TV, including Roku TVs, Apple TV, and Google TV. Check them out. They cover a ton of amateur and professional hockey leagues. From September 15th to the 22nd, local police officers from Upper Fraser Valley RCMP and IHIT, plus other emergency services personnel, will ride 800 kilometers to support children and families living with cancer. The money raised from this event will support the Canadian Cancer Society in fueling new pediatric cancer research discoveries and sending 600 kids each year to Camp Good Times, a local medically supervised recreation experience for children and teens affected by cancer, as well as their families. Google Cops for Cancer to make a donation and get more information. After the interview, Cari with the weather.
So after the break, this week, we're not going to be that serious with this interview. This is Sandeep Singh Kaila, who is making a name for himself with the Guinness Book of World Records, amongst other things. Now, that's the cool trick. Now, there's another one. Can you do that with the toothbrush?
Yeah. Sure.
You've got to see this. Yes, he knows how to spin balls. This is amazing. And we won't ask you any tough questions as you're doing this. It's a lot tougher than it looks. Now, whenever it's convenient for you, I would like to know when did you start? When did you realize you had a talent for doing this? When you were a kid, or?
In 2004,
Yeah.
I started playing volleyball shooting. That's a traditional game of Punjab. That's
Okay.
especially played in Punjab.
Uh-huh.
That time, when I get free time, I just start juggling with the volleyball shooting. That's a very small ball.
Mm-hmm.
That time, I start my journey of the spinning ball.
And how did you go from 2004 to the Guinness Book of World Record? Did they find you? You approached them? What happened with that?
I approached them.
Okay.
In 2017, I applied my first record while watching one video of YouTube. There's a one guy, he lived in the United States. His name is David Can. I just watched his video. He was spinning football on his index finger for 20 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
And I could spin volleyball shooting that time 40 seconds.
Oh, you really upped on him.
Yeah.
I like this. So has Guinness, did they sponsor you? Do they give you a stipend, or is it just bragging rights saying, hey, I'm in the book?
So I want to tell you, the Guinness World Record book, they don't pay you anything
Really?
for the record. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm very lucky. They sponsor me for Canada and also sponsor me for other countries. They took me for the tour and for performance for record-breaking program. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. You were saying something about that they were helping you get your citizenship? Or?
Yeah. So Guinness World Record sponsored me from India. After that, I got permanent residence in Canada. After that, I applied my Canadian citizenship. Now I'm Canadian citizenship.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, okay, you got the basketball. We'll do the football trick in a second, but have you done a rugby ball yet, or is that still down the road?
I have a one record in rugby ball, longest duration spinning a rugby ball on one finger.
Yeah.
For 30.33 seconds.
What about something like a hockey puck, or is that too hard?
No, it's too
okay.
hard. I can only do American football, Canadian football, and rugby ball, and regular soccer ball.
Were you doing stuff like this when you were a kid, though, or getting in trouble, or is this when you became an adult? And hey, I can do this.
No, that time I never realized that.
No?
It's like just when I was like in 2004, that time I realized I can do it.
Did you drive your dad and your parents crazy when you were doing this, or?
Yeah, lots of my performance time I took them with me, and they are like they're sitting in audience.
Yeah.
They watch and they enjoy it every time. That's why I took my dad today here.
Oh.
For the interview, his first
and
time.
he's sitting right over there.
Yeah, his first time for the interview.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other type of records? I had heard through the grapevine you were thinking of an eating record, like the hot dog eating thing.
No, it's number of elements eating in 1 minute. Oh. Yeah, and
I'm having heartburn thinking about this.
It's a 52 is a current record.
Yeah.
I will try 55.
You are a braver man than I am. Oh, my.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, this product placement, it is a CFL, regulation CFL, Wilson Ball. This, you got to see.
Yeah, thank you.
If
It's
there's
very
anybody
hard.
with the BC Lions,
It's a hard.
this one's tougher.
Yeah, it's a tougher.
Okay. Oh, okay, no worries.
No worries.
Take your time.
Okay.
No, you got it. You got it. Yeah.
Eight. Just give me a time.
Isn't this amazing?
Can you hold this one?
I'll hold that. It's getting cheered on off camera by family here. Sandeep, thank you so much for coming in. This is amazing. Are you going to give lessons on how to do this, or are you going to keep the secrets?
Yeah, I have teach my two of student in Punjab, my same village, and he also broken one record in longest duration spinning a basketball on his elbow.
On his elbow?
Yeah, and I teach them free because it's a God gifted.
Yeah. Big thank you for coming by,
No,
and you are welcome anytime. And next time you do the elbow trick, let us know.
Sure.
You're watching This Week. chillTV weekend weather, Cari, it's going to start to feel a bit like fall.
The weather this week is going to be still quite lovely, all the way up to 27 on Saturday. A little bit of cloud Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, with highs around 23 next week. Lows down to 13 and 14. Still great enough to keep those windows and doors open and let the fresh air come on in. Except for the 3 birds that came into my house today. My daughter was terrified. Once we got them out and the poop cleaned up, we decided to actually do some research on said birds. Turns out, now is a great time to actually start feeding the birds that are going to be heading south, that don't head south for the winter. And, fun fact, you'll go through a lot of feed right away because some of those birds like to take the seed and hide it in a hidey hole until later on in the winter when they actually need it. Who knew? Have a great week, everyone, and don't forget to buy birdseed.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note and your pictures and video to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great weekend. I'm Don Lehn.